Welcome to Nashville Superspeedway, qualifying underway for the Frisbie Racing Truck Series presented by the Wanted Goons. You see the 32 of Garrett Wolfenbarger in the Shenandoah Shine 32 Chevrolet headed out for his qualifying effort. Also have the 4 of Casey Graves there. A couple of very first trucks out. I think Margison's right there with them. One of those 3 trucks ought to be the first one to set a lap time. We'll ride along with the number 4 True Speed Toyota. Take a lap around Nashville. We hit the start finish line. Out by the wall, gets his angle into the corner. Not quite all the way to the bottom, stays about a half groove to a groove up off the bottom. Down the backstretch. Into turn number 3, notice the surface is all concrete. This time he gets it all the way to the yellow line. Up out of forward, and you see it has a oval shape for the front stretch. First lap is posted. Margison top of the board at the moment. Just jump over and check out the 55 Gamer Sup Chevy. Fastest lap at the moment for Mr. Margison. 8 trucks have a lap time down so far. Now 9 is Daniel Llewellyn puts a lap in. Margison way up out of the groove. He's going to have to lift on corner exit, and that may keep him from getting a better time on lap 2. A 30.2, indeed slower on lap number 2 for Margison. We'll see if anybody picks up on lap 2. Stillwell does. He moves up to the 7th spot. Nice boost there. Wolfenbarger slots in 2nd. Dave Hoitzma goes 3rd. Grant Harrell 4th. Now Lucas Hoitzma jumps over his dad. He's got the Chad Little throwback. Gotta love that. That one brings back a lot of memories. '97 John Deere scheme. Currently in the 4th spot after his first lap. Cliff Mullins jumps up to 3rd. Andrew Beach slots in 5th. Travis Martin 6th. See if Cliff's able to improve on lap 2. He does not. He'll remain 3rd. Hoitzma improves but stays 4th. Andrew Beach to complete his 2nd lap.
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yup. What up, Mikey? Blake not out on track for qualifying yet. 2 minutes to go. Beach not quicker on lap number 2. Dalton Hayes out there in the Tide ride. Kevin Harvick throwback here. Right out by the outside wall. Lap 2, 2/10 quicker. Should move him up into the top 10. Goes 9th overall. Hayden sitting at the end of pit road, as is Brad Wilson. Mike Edwards heading out there, just resubbed. 47 months, almost 4 years, Mikey. By the end of the season. Edwards heads back out in the 14 Ford. Like Hayden Lowell, Blake Giglio, Brad Wilson have all started rolling. They all wanted to be late in the session. Gatlin Downey in the 05 just now started rolling as well. Mikey's completed his out lap. Welcome in everybody over in YouTube and Twitch lands. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Watch Edwards work on his first timed lap. Still not started their first lap yet. We Blake Giglio, Brad Wilson, Hayden Long, Gatlin Downey, and Blake's reset, as has Brad Wilson. Edwards gets a lap in, 30.5. Very slow, but has time to get his 2nd lap in. Hayden's on his first time lap in the 56. Hayden puts in a 30.94. Only good for 16th for Hayden. He won't complete lap 2. Mike Edwards jumps up to 5th on his 2nd lap. See if Gatlin Downey can do anything on his timed lap. Got the RC Cola look there from Stacy Compton, and it looks like Gatlin Downey's lap not going to count. There you go. Zach Margison with a pole tonight. Let's go see if we can have a chat with our pole sitter tonight. See if he's hanging out down in 10 since he's showing off his. Zach, DG, got a copy? You may not, because I
You want to give your speech now, Travis, while you got the chance?
Except you're talking to DG Swiss because you won the poll.
Yeah, I really don't know how I did that, if I'm being honest.
Surprise, you beat Garrett Wolfenbarger there, usually pretty quick, and then some of the other guys never even got out there. Blake Iglio, Hayden Lowell never really got a lap to count, so good for you getting out there, get your lap in early, and getting the pole tonight. How do we feel about winning this race tonight? 130 laps at Nashville, you never know what's going to happen.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with this. This feels odd.
It's very odd, but hey, it's always the first time for everything, right? Maybe you can win from the pole and have some fun tonight.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, good luck to you, and well, hopefully we'll get to talk to you some more in this race.
Okay.
Marchison sounding very surprised by the pole. Quite entertaining. Man, oh man, trucks are lining up out there on the grid. Let me see if we can run through our starting lineup. Margison's already out there. We're just going to run through it and skip the trucks that aren't out there yet because, well, that's on them for not getting out there yet. Zach Margison in 55. Gamer Sup Chevrolet starts on pole, the number 55. 32 for Wolfenbarger, roll off second. Cliff Mullins, the AC Racing Graphics Chevrolet, will start from the third spot. Lucas Hoytsma, the John Deere Throwback, awesome looking truck for him, rolls off in the fourth spot. Mike Edwards in the footwear screen forward, rolls off fifth. Andrew Beach, Side Pipe Chevrolet, rolls off in the sixth spot. Travis Martin, the Ghost Man Ford, starts in seventh. Dave Hoytsma, 712 Brakes Chevrolet, starts in the eighth spot. Grant Harrell, the Tide Ride, starts in the ninth spot. And alongside another Tide Ride, Dalton Hayes, Kevin Harvick Throwback, rolls off in the 10th spot. Casey Graves, the True Speeds Toyota, starts 11th spot. Tyler Stillwell, he's got the Big Evil Designs Ford, rolling off 12th. Matt Benke, Victoria's Secret Chevrolet, starts 13th. TJ Floyd, the Financial Original Gain, I can't read that. Original Grain, there we go. It's on the side of the truck, that helps. Rolls off in the 14th spot. Daniel Llewellyn, 712 Brake Chevrolet, starts in 15th. Hayden Lowell, the Napa Chevy, starts in 16th. Blake Giglio and his Kenworth truck starts in the 17th spot. Mike Fisher, the AOL Throwback, gotta love that, starts in the 18th spot. Brad Wilson, Shenandoah Shine, that's a Keselowski Throwback there. Could be Ryan Blaney, but it's a Brad Keselowski racing truck. Paint scheme, rolls off in the 19th spot. Gatlin Downey, the Stacy Compton Throwback, Double Quick Machine, rolls off in the 20th spot. Jeff Price, Back Channel Productions Chevrolet, starts in 21st. Jay Munch in the Taz Chevy starts 22nd. He always runs that, so it's always a throwback week for him. And Will Ashbrenner in the Bull Rock Chevrolet starts 23rd tonight. 23 trucks set to race. And there you have it. A full field for the Frisbie Racing Truck Series, part of the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Get more information on our leagues at dgsracing.com. You can also join our Discord from there and sign up to run any of our races. We do lock the field for the playoffs, so you got about another couple of weeks, week and a half maybe, to get in here. Pace truck heads off. Margison Wolfenbarger will lead him down to the green. Green flag is out. We are underway for 130 laps here from Nashville. Week 9 of 10 for the regular season. Wolfenbarger going to get around Margison for the lead. And I hear some tires sliding in the background. Casey Graves dropping down the running order. Cliff Mullins is around. There's another truck spinning out. There's multiple wrecks here. Cliff Mullins. What in the world happened to the 37 from the front of the field? Let's see if we can get a replay. He gets up the hill a little bit. Mike Edwards has to check up, and Edwards doesn't get into him. Cliff gets sideways on his own. Then he tries to save it, overcorrects back up into the field. And there's some more shenanigans going on. Blake Giglio ends up in the grass. How did that happen? Oh man, he spit out of the pack there late. I was watching further back and completely missed who got him. He's behind TJ Floyd here. Looks like Gatlin Downey gets in the back of Blake, sends him into the grass. Blake was a late addition to that incident. Harrell's way down at the bottom. He's trying to avoid Cliff Mullins. Gets tagged by Mike Edwards as Edwards is trying to avoid everything, and those two forwards spin out into the grass. All in an effort to avoid Cliff Mullins tripping, as he would say, over his own deck. Lucas going to come down right away, start playing the fuel strategy game. Let's see if we can track down Cliff.
Fuel tank. Nah, Tyler, you're good, dude.
Cliff, what happened?
I don't know. I thought I got hit.
No, it looked like he was right on your back bumper, then kind of gave you room to gather it back in, and around it went on you.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I guess just arrow loose, I guess. I don't know.
Staying forward. I don't know if it cold tires caught you out or what happened there.
No, it hadn't been loose the whole time. I wasn't. I mean, I was just trying not to get run over because I mean, I guess it's where we ran Pocono yesterday, and I kept getting thrown 4 wide, and I lifted early and thought I was fixing to get ass packed, so I just let it roll through the corner there, and then as soon as I got back on the throttle, it went on around on me.
Zam 4, well, we got a long race, plenty of time to recover. Good luck, and we'll see if you can't get back up there to that top 5.
Okie dokie.
Cliff Mullins in the 37. He thought he got tapped. Let's see if we can chat with Mike Edwards. I think he was down in chat. Check down the 14 driver. Oh, he's sitting on the pit lane. Can't see him very good that way. There he is. Michael DG, you got a copy?
Hi.
What happened?
It was just loose, and then I braked to avoid cliff, and I just got hit. I don't know.
It was a good time. Cliff thought maybe you had got into him, but I don't think you did, and I was just coming to confirm with you. You didn't get into him, did you?
No, we were both very loose. It's completely different from how it felt qualifying.
10-4. Well, we got a long race. We still got 126 laps to try and rebound from this, and we'll see what you can do.
Yeah, thank you.
Mike Edwards in the 14 giving us a quick chat, confirming he didn't hit him. Well, that's an interesting start. Lights are out on our pace trucks. We roll out of turn number 2 and onto the backstretch. We'll stop harassing our drivers so they can focus up on the job at hand. Wolfenbarger, your control truck now on the 32 on the inside line. A whole new road number 2. Lucas came to the pit lane to top off the tank. So he's restarting deep in the field in 15th. Casey Graves, Jeff Price also came down to fill up the tanks. Top 14 trucks stay out, including Cliff Mullins, who was involved in that. Kind of started that, really. Well, we got action early here. There goes the pace truck. Silverado hits the pit lane. We got Wolfenbarger, Margis in the front row, 32-55. A couple of Chevrolets. And there is the launch. Really, the whole top 5 is Chevy as Wolfenbarger leaves Andrew Beach. Margison caught napping. He's going to fall to 3rd. Very difficult to restart in 2nd with these restart zones turned on. Dave Hoyt settles in 4th. Dalton Hayes battles, I believe it's Tyler Stillwell in the 40. We'll see him running a lot with us. And Hayden Lowell, of course, going to make it 3 wide. Why not? Very Hayden thing to do. Dalton Hayes in the middle. Dalton drives it on in there, trying to keep Hayden pinched down. Tyler Stillwell hits the outside wall. Dalton Hayes gets a ton of momentum through the middle. Still trying to keep Hayden pinched down, but now they're 2 wide as that's the 21. Mike Fisher coming up in the AOL truck. Contact between Hayden and Dalton. Dalton keeping Hayden pinched down and holding on to the spot. Hayden's probably going to be rather miffed about that. It's probably a good word to use. So Hayden then falls back towards Tyler Stillwell's clutches. Stillwell hit the outside wall already once. Now he's trying to keep Hayden pinned down. Learn from Dalton a little bit. Oh, 35. Matt Benke just pancaked the wall coming off the corner. Goodness gracious. This old concrete track can be tough on these trucks. Stillwell way up the hill. 21, Mike Fisher going to go through the middle. Gets through. The 51 of Wilson gets by. Now they're 2 wide as they both get inside Tyler Stillwell. It's Cliff Mullins and the 69 of Joel Munchell getting through. Cliff back up into the top 10 after his spin. Stillwell falls to 13th, and you see Grant Harrell. Ooh, Mike Fisher may have just brushed the wall. Lost momentum. It has the 51 of Brad Wilson on the inside. BKR throwback paint scheme. Wolfenbarger's cleared the field by 6/10. Andrew Beach rides 2nd. Margison 3rd. Dave Hoytsma 4th. Then Dalton Hayes, Hayden Lull. Mr. Impatience up to 6th. Travis Martin 7th. Brad Wilson 8th. Mike Fisher, Cliff Mullins, your current top 10. And J. Munch, Benke, Grant Harrell, Tyler Stillwell. Those two trade the 13th spot. Harrell takes it away. Lucas Heusma back in 15th took that fuel and has not really gone anywhere since doing so. I think he's trying to meet a number, I guess. Never know when it's going to go green. Jeff Rice 16th, Casey Graves 17th, Mike Edwards, TJ Floyd might get around for 18th. And Daniel Llewellyn in 20th, Blake Giglio 21st. Very uncharacteristic, so I wonder if he's trying to make a number. Saving truck, saving fuel, saving something. Not his style to be back here 21st. Does have right rear damage on that Kenworth. Gatlin Downey, Will Ashebrander battle for 22nd. Drivers seem to be settling in, finding their groove. And a lot of battling going on. Mike Edwards gets around Casey Graves for 17th. Further back in the field. Those guys back there are battling pretty hard. Closest battle in the top 10 is Mike Fisher. I believe Will Ashebrander just got around Blake Giglio. That had to feel pretty good for Mr. Ashebrander. Not sure, again, if Blake is that damaged or saving something. It's like Hayden, while we were watching that, got around Dalton Hayes for 5th. Dalton looks back to the inside in the 47. Nothing doing there. Jeff Price able to get around Stillwell. That's for 15th. Keep waiting for Mike Fisher to make a move. He's been the closest truck to anyone else for most of this run. Travis Martin closed right in on the back tailgate of Dalton Hayes. Didn't put a move on. Stillwell up the hill allows Casey Graves through. Back to Martin. He's got Dalton Hayes in his sights. Dalton drives the corner entry a lot harder than Travis does. Travis drives it off the exit better. That allows him to close in. And about the time he gets to the tailgate, back in the turn again, he's backing off again. You can see the two different methods out of the 63 and 47. Travis, he saw the fire out the pipes first, obviously lifting before Dalton does. Got a battle a little further back. Got Grant Harrell and Matt Benke. Now Lucas Hoitzma looking to the inside of the Victoria's Secrets 35. Mike Edwards trying to get to the outside of Jeff Price. Woo, that was very close quarters there. Almost had a big wreck. Edwards very wisely backed out of that. Gets to the inside of Price. Ford versus Chevrolet battle for the 15th spot. Casey Graves trying to push Mike Edwards along. Back to this Martin and Hayes battle. Edwards still battling Bryce. Timing keeps coming way down to nothing as Travis gets to the end of the straightaways. So I keep checking back in on him, but he's not putting the move on. Mikey does finally clear Price. Now Casey Graves looks for a way around the 19. Further behind there is TJ Floyd and Daniel Llewellyn side by side. It's for 19th. Behind them you see Will Ashebrander. And Ashebrander has put 2.3 seconds on Blake Giglio. I don't, again, know if that's damage or Blake's trying to hit a fuel number that's kind of crazy and making him very slow. A little bit of wall contact there, but we go up front. Hayden Lowell steadily marching towards the front. It's gotten to the inside of Dave Hoitzman, the 79. Just trying to stay away from him because side drafts can be very effective here at Nashville. Travis Martin, meanwhile, gets inside Dalton Hayes finally. That move's been a long time coming. Hayden completes the pass on Dave. We'll see if Travis Martin, 63, Ghostman, complete the move on Dalton Hayes here. Dalton charges into the corner like he has been doing. We'll see if Travis can get corner exit here. They stay side by side. Longer this goes on, more advantage to the 63 because the inside line will save you tire over the long haul. There's 51. Brad Wilson getting inside Dalton Hayes. Martin completes the pass, moves up to 6th. Brad Wilson trying to follow through for 7th. Now looks like Wilson will get it complete, so he'll move up to the 7th spot. The top 12 trucks all have not been to the pit lane. Then we have a handful of trucks that stopped under the only caution. Check in on your leader, Wolfenbargers. He's now got a full second over Andrew Beach in second. Zach Margison runs third. Hayden Law is up to the 4th spot, trying to run down Margison. Daddy Dave running 5th. Travis Martin 6th. Brad Wilson 7th. Then you have Dalton, Mike Fisher, and Cliff Mullins. Mike looking to put moves on the Dalton Hayes machine. As the AOL Toyota looking inside the Tide Chevy. Dalton trying to get away so he doesn't get side drafts. Corner entry, pinches the 21 down. 21 had to alter his entry a little bit, but it's still plenty of speed. And 21, Mike Fisher clears Dalton Hayes. Hayes is going to try for the crossover here. Cliff's going to try to go to the outside of Dalton. Dalton gets tight, pushes up the hill. May have made the slightest of contact with the 21. Now Mullins right on the tailgate of Dalton Hayes. These two have had some history in the past. You saw Cliff check up early there. Fuel out the pipes. He didn't want any part of Dalton Hayes coming across his nose and potentially damaging Cliff's truck. Cliff's going to push him down the backstretch. Letting him know he's there. Hayden Law, meanwhile, has gotten by Zach Margison for the 3rd spot. As we continue to watch this potential powder keg. Let's go on board with the number 37 AC Racing Graphics Chevrolet. Riding in the 10th spot, looking ahead at the top 9. See the leader heading down into turn 3. Change of position. Looks like Brad Wilson's gotten around Travis Martin up ahead. Travis went a little wide in 3 and 4. I believe he let Wilson through. Now looks like Mike Fisher getting around Dave Hoytsma for the 7th spot. Reach lap 25. 105 to go after this one. Brad Wilson looking to the outside of Zach Margison. Let's take away the 4th spot, and then battle for 3rd shaping up is Hayden Lowell. Working on Andrew Beach. Napa Chevy takes a short way around, clears the 2nd spot. Travis Martin trying to look for a pass on his teammate here. A couple of 10/10ths machines. Mike Fish going to try to find his way right on through there. Follow Travis Martin. Let the Ghost Man do all the lifting. Still side by side, Margison and Fisher for the 6th spot. Daddy Dave being treated to a battle. He has front row tickets for this one. And Fisher finally clears. Move him up to the 6th spot. Margison now 7th. Meanwhile, Dalton Hayes is falling out of the top 10 as J Munch was able to get by. Now Margison up the hill allows Daddy Dave to get through. Dave Hoytsman back up to 7th. Cliff's going to get through as well, so Margison struggled a little bit down there in 3 and 4. Let 2 trucks through. Got comers and goers here. 1.7 is the lead from Wolfenbarger to Hayden Lowell in 2nd. Lowell now has about a 2nd on Beach in 3rd. Brad Wilson's closing in to try and take that spot away. Go on board the Shenandoah Shine Machine. Closes in on the back of Andrew Beach. Beach drives it in a little deeper. Wilson's got to run. Where's he going to take it? He's going to go to the outside. And that is Brad Wilson up into the podium spots, takes over 3rd. It's now 1.4 seconds behind Hayden. Keep an eye on that gap. Hayden is catching Wolfenbarger. That gap's gone from 1.8 to 1.5 on corner entry. Kind of gave up a little bit through the center. At the line, it's going to look like 1.6. A little bit of gain. And you have Beach, Martin, and Fisher, 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's like Beach's tires might be starting to give up. I suspect the fuel run might be around 40, but we did have that caution. Could play havoc on things by a couple laps. Where Travis tries to make a move. Fisher looks like he wants to go. Kind of pushing the issue. He's going to try to exit lower than the Ghost Man and maybe make it 3 wide. Decides against it. He definitely had the angle of that truck working for that extreme crossover to the bottom. He tries to get up the hill to get corner entry. Makes slight contact with Andrew Beach. They move up a spot each. Ghost Man to 4th and Fisher to 5th. And Beach drops out of the top 5 to P6. Cliff Mullins in 7th, Dave Hoytsma 8th, Jay Munch 9th, and Margison hanging on to the last spot in top 10. Dalton Hayes is 11th. Lucas Hoytsma hasn't made a lot of progress ever since his early pit stop. Again, we don't know if he's trying to hit a fuel number or what, but he is running 12th. Jeff Price 13th, Casey Graves 14th. You have Mike Edwards 15th, Grant Harrell 16th, Daniel Wallen 17th. He's got Matt Benke, Tyler Stillwell, Will Ashbrenner, TJ Floyd, and Blake Giglio are all in that group. Blake has that right rear damage on that Kenworth. And Gatlin Downey, the 05, currently last truck running, still on lead lap in 23rd. There is your leader, Wolfenbarger. Wolfenbarger starting to see Hayden Lowell getting larger in his mirror. Gap's down to 1.1. Brad Wilson, 1.8 seconds back. Wilson has Travis Martin, Mike Fisher. I thought Wilson might pull away once he got clear of the traffic, but Travis Martin ran him back down. Martin always good at saving tire in the 63. It's his forte. Seems to be helping him out here late in this run. Let's get the driver chat in here, see what we're talking about tonight.
Pitting.
Someone's pitting. Dave Hoytsma already on the pit road. 79. I'm not sure who was calling out that pit there. But the first one to pit, Dave Hoytsma, 79 truck, lap 37. Keep an eye on timing and scoring, see if anyone else joins him. Looks like he's the only one for lap 37 and 38. Cliff Mullins, 37, has gotten by Andrew Beach in the 71. A couple of the Spit and Venom podcast hosts going at it. They had a hell of a battle for a season over in Street Stocks. Going for the championship was fun to watch. It's like Grant Harrell. He's come down to the pit lane. 22 truck, lap 39. It's the second one of our 23 trucks on the lead lap to come hit the pit stops. Brad Wilson still has Travis Martin and Mike Fisher right behind him. We also have here Lucas Hoyts with Jeff Price and Dalton Hayes.
I'd be pitting now.
That's the 55.
35 pitting.
Watch the 55 make his pit entry. It's like Andrew Beach in the 71 also coming down just ahead of him. Lap number 40. Seeing a few drivers come in. That's our leader. Garrett Wolfenbarger. A 1.2 second lead on Hayden Lull. As Hayden's made his way up through the field. Here comes Wolfenbarger to the pit lane. Hayden looks like he's going to slow it down and follow him in. Mike Fisher. Mike Fisher, the 21, drifting it in there. He's going to lose it back the other way. He's going to let Cliff get by. Hopefully he doesn't loop it around that cone. He has to go back to the left of it. He didn't. That's going to be a penalty on the 21. So insult to injury. Brad Wilson takes over the race lead. Travis Martin in second. Jay Munch and Lucas Hoytsma and Jeff Price, your top five. There's quite a few trucks are hitting the pit lane. Travis Martin going to be the next. Peels it out of second place. I believe that was Mike Edwards also saying he was coming to the pit lane.
Hitting his time.
Here comes Edwards in the 14. Brad Wilson, 43 laps since the start of this race, has not been to the pit lane. Lucas came down and topped off under the caution. And that's why we see Brad Wilson as the leader, and Lucas Hoyce was up to second. Everyone else that started the race has been to the pit road at some point. The 51, the last one.
Come on.
Look at that back end sliding every which way as he gets it to the pit lane.
God damn it.
We got an anger. It's like something happened. Not really sure what, but I think it was Jeff Price that was angry.
Casey, I'm pitting.
Jeff Price is pitting.
You're good.
That leaves Lucas Weissman, Jeff Price, and Casey Graves. Here comes Price to the pit lane. Casey stays out. Lucas stays out another lap. These trucks all pitted on the caution, along with Gatlin Downey in the 05, currently running in the 4th spot. Not sure if that was Casey. Kind of sounded like him. Update for the 21 of Fisher. He actually did not get a penalty for that pit entry. So that's lucky for him. Even though he lost a ton of time trying to get around that cone. At least he did save the penalty. Alright, so Jeff Price on the pit lane. Gatlin Downey on the pit lane. That leaves Hoytsman and Casey. Well, Casey's on the pit lane too. That just leaves Lucas out there trying to cut a pit stop out. Trucks that have completed their stop. Wolfenbarger is ahead of Lull. That gap's 1.8 seconds. And here comes race leader Lucas Hoytsma. Lap number 46 brings the John Deere Ford to the attention of his crew. I'll complete our pit cycle officially. Should hand the race lead back to the 32, Garrett Wolfenbarger. the time he gets into the pit lane, Wolfenbarger will be your race leader. Hayden Lowell's now running second. Just behind him, Dave Hoytsma. Dave up the hill quite a lot as they go around the lap truck of Matt Benke. Matt, the first truck, 1 lap down, currently in the Lucky Dog spot, that Victoria's Secret Chevy. Checking over the pit stop times, the only ones that were kind of lengthy. Matt Benke 16 seconds, Gatlin Downey 16 seconds, and Will Ashburner 22 seconds for the Bold Rock truck. Not sure what happened there for those machines. Lucas goes to the bottom here. Looks like Price was charging the top and had a lot of speed. Kind of looked like Hoytsma was very intentionally saving once again. And Jeff Price was trying to charge. Not as evident this time around. Travis Martin, Brad Wilson both get by Daddy Dave. Not sure if he let him through or if he made a mistake in 3 and 4, got a little too high. Well, that happened quickly. This is the battle for third. Brad Wilson all over the back of the Ghost Man, Travis Martin. And then they have a lap truck ahead of them, and then Hayden Lowell running second. So Wilson looking to the inside, trying to take that third spot away from Martin. Closes up on the tailgate of Matt Benke. Try to get to the inside of the 35. Give him a little side draft to pull him back. Matt charges the corner pretty hard. That's going to hurt his right front if he keeps doing that. I think Matt working really hard to try and stay that first truck 1 lap down. See where TJ Floyd is running. There's Floyd. And Wolfenbarger's about a half straightaway away, so he's got a bit of time. And Wilson finally does clear the lap truck of Benke as Benke pounds the outside wall coming out of 4. That'll let Travis Martin get through, but Brad Wilson has his sights set on Hayden Lowell. Hayden is one of those drivers that does not like to get past. So we'll see. He went ahead and let Wilson through there. Hayden must be saving. Brad not interested. Drove right around the outside of Hayden. Let's see if Travis tries to get around Hayden. Gatlin Downey, meanwhile, is catching Matt Benke for that Lucky Dog spot. TJ Floyd is battling Blake Giglio. Who would have thunk that sentence would be said tonight? Especially for 18th. Tyler Stillwell, Daniel O'Wallen. That's the battle for 16th. And as we're watching that, Hayden does let Travis Martin through. Now we have a battle for the Lucky Dog, and TJ Floyd is actually battling Blake Giglio here. Wild stuff going on tonight.
You're welcome, Zach.
That's the Lucky Dog battle, 35 and 05. And Zach getting around Daddy Dave. Lash Brenner around the outside of Dalton Hayes. Here, Wolfenbarger all by himself. I don't know if he knows if any other trucks are in this race. And then there's Brad Wilson stretching it out over Travis Martin by almost a full second now. Hayden down to 4th. Margison's up to 5th. He's going to have to pass the 2 lap down trucks before he can battle Hayden. He's got J Munch and the Tasmanian Devil Goodwrench Dale Earnhardt Throwback behind him. Here running 6th as he gets around Dave Hoytsma. Then you have Andrew Beach and Dalton Hayes and Will Ashburner both the lap down right behind him. Beach has a bit of a buffer to Cliff Mullins. Cliff's that teal truck.
Yeah, go inside in 1.
And that more evidence of Hayden saving here. He's going to allow lap trucks by him. Benke and Gatlin Downey get by 4th place Hayden Lowell, not for position. They are both off the lead lap. And there you have it. TJ Floyd has completed the pass on Blake Giglio. Fascinating. The trucks that went the longest, Casey Graves pitted only 9 laps ago, is up to 15th. Lucas Hoytsma 8 laps ago, he's 13th. Has 5 lap fresher tires than Mike Fisher ahead of him. Mike, we saw him have all that adventure on the pit entry. Got the truck out of shape, spun it around, then had to cut it really sharp to get onto the pit lane safely without getting a penalty. He's actually a really good job of doing that. Lost a ton of time, but didn't also take the pit penalty that would have added on 30-some seconds. Here's your battle for 5th. J Much in the 69, Zach Martison in the 55. Both behind Hayden, both catching him, as I think Hayden's in save mode. Will they split him? Will they both go to the inside? Will they use him as a pick? What could happen here? Looks like J Much going to send it inside Hayden. Martison's going to send it outside. They are going to try to split him.
19 putting, I fucked up.
Uh-oh. Jeff Price sounds like he didn't get the fuel tank full on that number 19, and here he comes to the pit lane. So unfortunate for the Back Channel Productions Silverado, having a good run. Down the order, he will fall as he has to pit early.
What's that all about?
Sounds like to me he don't want to talk about it. All right, we got 2 seconds from Wolfenberger to Wilson, 2 seconds from Wilson to Martin, and 2 seconds from Martin to Munchell. Munchell has a half second over Martison, and then Hayden about to get passed by both Andrew Beach and Dave Hoytsman. Hayden obviously in full save mode, dropping through the order rapidly in that Napa Silverado. Here comes Cliff Mullins in the 37, Dalton Hayes off the lead lap in the 47. Lucky Dog currently Gatlin Downey. Hayden way off the pace on corner entry. He wanted nothing to do with Dalton and Cliff on his outside. There goes Will Asherbrenner around. Mike Edwards is the next one for position, the 14 truck. Maybe we can get Hayden on the radio and ask him WTF. Sorry if you're watching. Get him to join drivers and tell me what's going on. I want to know.
Note to self, make sure your steering wheel's tight.
There is what was happening with the 19 team. Says his steering wheel was not tight. Had to pit.
Is that what happened? Yeah, I came off my desk almost going into, I think it was 3.
I have had that happen. It is not a good time. Jeff Price having some issues with the hardware, has fallen to 22nd. Blake Giglio has apparently left the race in 23rd. So Blake Giglio will finish last in this one unless he comes back and someone else falls out. This is your closest battle on track. Cliff Mullins and Dave Hoytsman, 37.79. Behind them, you see the 14 closing in. That's Mike Edwards trying to make it a 3-truck battle. If he can get around the lap truck of Asherbrenner. Edwards has made his way around Hayden and up into the 9th spot. Hayden closed back in on Mikey. Mikey was having a little trouble clearing the Asherbrenner truck. Down in 1 and 2. Gets it done in 3 and 4. And we're about halfway through this green flag run. Remember, we said about 40 laps on these fuel tanks. Hoytsman is trying to make it about 43, 43, and 44. And trying to cut out a pit stop. That one caution may be what he needed to get it done. I believe he went 47 with that caution, so he'd have to go 43 and 43 on top of that. It sounds doable if he made it to 47. Looking around for some battles. There's Grant Harrell, Mike Fisher, 21-22. 11th and 12th. Fisher trying to recover from that pit road entry mistake. Now to move Mike Fisher up to the 11th spot. He's got 1.6 seconds till he catches Hayden. Hayden starting to put fight to Mike Edwards. 1 minute he's saving now. Looks like he's charging. Let's have Margison, Andrew Beach, Cliff Mullins all right there together with the lap truck of Dalton Hayes. And there's Dave, Mikey, and Hayden Lowell, 8th, 9th, and 10th. It's like Beach gets to the inside and around the 55 of Margison. And catch the lap truck of Matt Benke running 19th. Dalton may have just got the wall there. Now Cliff closes in on this battle between Margison and Beach. Now it's 3 trucks going for that 5th spot. Looks like Beach starting to pull away from Margison a little bit. Our pole sitter tonight. Have to give him an extra shout out for that. Not often we see a Margison pole. That just sounded all kinds of dirty. We're going to pretend I didn't say that. Cliff trying to get some air on the nose. Look between the lap truck and Margison truck. This is Hayden Lowell going around Dave Hoisman as Mike Edwards already made his way past. Dave's drops down to the 10th spot. Edwards up to 8th. Hayden back to 9th. Now Cliff. Oh, we're 3 wide with the lap truck. Yikes. Lap number 70. Little contact between Margison and Benke, but they keep it straight. And Cliff picks up the spot, moves up to 6th. Now Dalton Hayes tries to pass Matt Benke. That is for position. Hayes currently in 20th. Matt Benke 19th. They make a little contact off the corner. Meanwhile, Hayden Lowell still putting all kinds of pressure on Mike Edwards. Oh, Matt Benke big time out of shape. That should give Hayes the run off the front stretch to clear. Benke immediately to the grass. What was that? And then way up the hill goes Matt Benke.
Good God, please don't crash.
I think that's Jeff Price watching the 35 in terror. I believe Daddy Dave first struck the pit last cycle. Just called that 79 to the pit lane out of 10th.
Okay.
And here he comes.
Sorry, Matt. I got stuff mixed up.
Dave waits with to the pit lane.
Nah, you good.
Jeff Price in the 19 right there. He doesn't want the caution until everyone pits. Get him back in the lead cycle. Then he wants the caution. It's TJ Floyd going a lap down. He's now the lucky dog. Garrett Wolfenbarger less than a second now over Brad Wilson. Wilson 7/10 back. Travis Martin 3/10. And then Jay Much 4/10. Andrew Beach 1.9. Cliff Mullins runs 6th. I think Hayden bailed off of the strategy of Chase Wolfenbarger and jumped onto the strategy of try to save fuel. And I don't know if he did it early enough. Because Lucas did it from the get-go. And there he is. He's got 3, at least 3. It looks like 5. He's got 5 laps in hand over Hayden. As far as the fuel saving goes. Back up to the fun. You got Jeff Price in the 19. He's got the freshest tires. Trying to make his way through here as Hayden tries to battle Mike Edwards and Zach Margison. And here comes Mike Fisher. He's going to get around Hayden. We'll try to. Then Hayden powers back up around the outside. I don't know. It seems like Hayden's not saving anymore. So maybe he realized his fuel strategy is out the window. And just kind of got caught in no man's land. Needed to try saving earlier. Or maybe he met the number he wanted, and now he's decided to push again. Unclear what's going on there as Edwards draws back to the back bumper of his teammate, 55, Zach Martison. Martison up the hill, up out of the groove. Edwards going to draw alongside. Martison will have a good run down the front stretch. We'll see if he allows Mikey to clear through 1 and 2. Looks like Mikey will get the clear. Martison now has to contend with Hayden Lowell trying to take the 8th spot away, and Mike Fish is right behind Hayden. The hits just keep coming for Martison at the moment. And don't look now, but here comes that John Deere truck trying to make his way back to the top 10. Hayden's got the Napa truck clear.
Hello here, Dave. Hang around.
Here comes Mike Fisher.
Thank you, sir.
Here, truck's letting Dave through. As Dave's now the fastest, one of the fastest trucks on track with the fresh tires. Him and Grant Harrell running 30.2s. The field's fallen off to like 31.5, 31.6, 31.9. Tire wear a big deal here. About a second and a half of fall off as the 47 Dalton Hayes has a very creative pit road entry. He made it there, but it was definitely a moment. Just Edwards and Hayden battle for 7th. Hoytsman draws in on the back of Martison. Moving to the top 10 in the 97. Let's have a decent battle back here in the field. There's Matt Benke, Will Ashbrenner, Dave Hoytsman. Dave's on fresh tires as Grant Harrell, so those two should get through here pretty quick. Ashbrenner was right there on Benke, but he's letting the other trucks through. Martison say something about the wall. Martison drops out of the top 10 as Lucas takes 10th. Mikey's still holding off Hayden. Back to Andrew Beach, Cliff Mullins. They're nose to tail 5th and 6th. Matt Benke going to pit out of the 20th spot. He will be the 4th truck to pit as Dalton Hayes comes out of the pit lane. Harrell and Hoytsman of the Dave variety. Here comes Martison, the 55. He's decided it's time to pit. Brings the Gamers Up Chevrolet down pit lane out at the 11th spot. $50 laps to go. I don't think anybody can make that. So these trucks not likely to make it to the end. $39 laps was the run for Martison. We got more trucks on the pit lane. Andrew Beach, Mike Fisher making their next pit stops. Probably not the final stops for these trucks either.
83's pitting, 83 pitting.
Brad Wilson takes the race lead as our race leader, Brad Wilson. Well, Garrett Wolfenbarger comes to the pit lane. Said the wrong driver. Wolfenbarger brings the 32 to the pit lane. Brad Wilson stays out. It was 39 laps for Wolfenbarger. So Wilson takes over the top spot. Let's see if anybody else is hitting down.
I'm pitting, Tyler.
That's Travis Martin, the 2nd place truck. Let's see if our leader, not our leader. Travis 5 seconds back of race leader. He's coming down. Mr. Ghostman gets that Ford F-150 slowed down and 2 pit lane speed. J Munch going to follow him down. Cliff's going to follow him down. They're coming in at 40 laps. Mike Edwards heads down. He was 39 laps. So 39.40 for most of these trucks. Hayden has stayed out 41 laps and counting for him. Be interesting to see if his strategy of backing off the save is going to work out here.
Sorry, Dave.
He'd probably need to go 44, 45 here.
You're good.
And then do it again next run. I'm going to stay out another lap. Brad Wilson's on the pit lane, so Hayden Lowell will take over the race lead. So we get lap 84. My bad on halfway points. I totally forgot to put the graphic up for that. Just realized that. And that is the gap. Hayden to Lucas. Travis Martin comes out behind them. 1 lap down. He'll probably unlap himself relatively quickly. Daniel Llewellyn hits the pit lane. He made it 40 laps. Brad Wilson, 40 laps was his stint. Currently 42 on Hayden's run. I think Lucas is using him to save fuel. Travis Martin closes right up on Hayden.
All right.
Gives him a little tap. Then he holds up Lucas.
You're good. 56 pitting, 56 pitting, 56 pitting.
So 43 laps for Hayden. He's going to have to go 45 when he comes out. So as much as he saved this run, he's going to have to save even more the next run. He brings that Napa Chevy to the pit lane. Lucas Oiswa cycles back to the lead. Remember, he's been saving this whole time, trying to make it on one less pit stop. Dalton Hayes to the bottom. Gets himself from 2 laps down to 1. And Grant Harrell, Dave Hoitzman, Jeff Price. Dave has the best tires in this group, but only by a lap. Jeff's been out there for a while. Grant Harrell, 1 lap, a little bit older tires there. There's Wolfenbarger running through. Oh my goodness. That scared the poop out of me. What's up, Beta? Thanks for the raid, my friend. That really did scare me. Lucas is out front, leading this one in the 97. He's trying to make it 1 less stop on fuel. Casey Graves, he's got 41 on his fuel tank. I think he's trying to make it as well. That sounded like Casey Graves in the 4s going to pit this time through. 41 laps for him. He's going to have to go 40, I believe 43. 43 laps to get to the end for the 4. Is that back in kicked out? Thanks for the raid, my friend. How was your stream? Welcome on in. Laps winding down here in the Frisbie Racing Truck Series. Lucas Weitzman, Casey Graves appearing to be on strategy to try and cut out a pit stop. Pit 1 less time than everyone else. Very lo-fi vibes. I do love some lo-fi. Wolfenbarger running 2nd. Brad Wilson 3rd. They're going to have to push as hard as they can and take their short pits at the end. A splash of fuel. Wilson the better of them on the fuel strategy. I think that's Lucas calling himself to the pit lane, trying to get these guys not to be on his left side as he has to get down to the bottom to pit. There he goes. What up, Blue? Murder Destiny? That sounds fun. Here comes our race leader, Lucas Hoisman, the John Deere Ford. Throwback week here at Nashville. Get yourself some food, my friend. We'll see you shortly. We got plenty of time to go in this race. You got time to get food and get back. This could be Lucas Hoisman's final pit stop, and in all likelihood is his final pit stop if we don't get a caution. He's been saving fuel all race long, ever since our only caution way back at like lap 1. And he has hit the pit box. Turns the race lead over to Garrett Wolfenbarger in 32 Shenandoah Shine Machine. Brad Wilson, his throwback for Brad Keselowski Racing. Currently in that 2nd spot. Then Travis Martin runs 3rd. Dave Hoisman 4th. Grant Harrell 5th. Jay Munch is 6th. Jeff Price running 7th. Price is going to have to come to the pit road sooner than most others as he had an issue with the steering wheel. Had to come down midway through a run. But he shouldn't be too badly hurt as long as a number of these other trucks also have to make one more stop. He can get on some fresh tires and start making some hay. Currently running in the 8th spot. Looks like Margison, Beach, Margison, Mullins, and Edwards. All 4 of those trucks on the lead lap racing one another. Very close proximity here. 91 laps into this race. Plus they are catching Jeff Price ahead of them. It's about to be 5 trucks going for 8th spot. Price goes up the hill. He knows he's on older tires, so he's not even going to fight him too much. Lets all 4 of them through. I'd say Price maybe 6-7 laps away from having to make his final pit stop.
I gotta save 2 laps of fuel on Lucas and not give up 1.7 seconds.
That is Hayden's predicament. Lucas is 4 laps better on fuel than Hayden is.
What am I, a god?
He's talking about having to save more fuel. And Lucas is catching him.
I don't know how Lucas is doing it. That's pretty crazy.
He started very early. Most of you guys did not. That's how.
Made their bet. I'm literally shutting off the truck to try to make it, and I'm on the number. And he's got 2 extra laps on me.
He's got 4 laps on you, buddy. He pitted 4 laps after you. I hate to tell you. 100 points on 32? Hell yeah. I wouldn't know how to do it with actual numbers, though.
Short of Lucas's tank developing a leak, I'm screwed.
And no one is sad about it, Hayden. That would be pretty fun to have betting on this, though. Here's your leader, Brad Wilson, the 51 white, blue, and yellow machine streaking through there. Can you put that many options in predictions, though? I mean, that's hard. 23 different options.
He did $20 till start blocking.
I want
15.
my cut,
Oh,
though.
well, damn, too late.
It's already gotten through.
Go on, Hayden, hold them up for me.
Is that Casey asking for Hayden to hold up Lucas? Because Casey's 3 seconds back and on the same strategy in the number 4 Toyota. Hayden's trying to be on their strategy, but he started saving a lot later. So he's not able to go as fast as Lucas is right now. I could set up bets, but it would take some time.
Not gonna say fuel that way, buddy.
I can't get behind you.
Jeff.
Hayden's trying to stay on the throttle and stay ahead of
Look,
Lucas.
at this point, it's like, I gotta stay ahead of you and hope for a caution.
Probably not going to do either.
Fucking caution.
Bryce just pit, so now he doesn't want the caution to come out anymore. He's wanting it to go to the end at this point. There is our 32, Garrett Wolfenbarger. He led a lot of this race early on, but now Brad Wilson in control. However, these trucks will have to stop again.
You can do it, Hayden.
So that means basically the battle for the lead
No, there's no way.
is Lucas Hoisma here
Choke, Hayden, choke.
and Casey Graves there. For 2.8 seconds is the gap between those two.
Don't choke.
Just trying to keep him behind me, I've already gone from on the number to -1.
Yeah, it's gonna be a all pass.
Yeah, give me the 97 if I'm betting. Currently 13th, but I don't think anyone else in front of him can make it on fuel. So the 97's my bet. Casey Graves had it down under 2 seconds, but now it's back up to 3, so I think he had a bobble somewhere. Lost a little time in the 4. Meanwhile, trucks that do have to still stop are still racing one another. Jay Much in 4th, Mike Fisher half second back in 5th. Then you have Dave 1 second back, Mikey another second back, Cliff Mullen 6/10, and Andrew Beach, they're all nose to tail from about 4th to 9th. Do you think the 51? If 51 needs a caution. There's no way he can go 47 laps, right? He needs a caution. Because he would have to go 47. Lucas did 47 with the caution. I don't think he can do it without one. Wilson of the Brad variety does have the best fuel situation in the top 10. It's been 17 laps since he was on pit road, and everyone else is 20 or more, save for a couple of 18s there. And Lucas 11 laps ago. He'd have to go 43, and he's already done it once. So they let Jeff Price through. Cliff Mullins, Dalton Hayes are together again, not on the same lap.
79 pitting.
And there is Daddy Dave. He's been the first one to kick off the pit cycles each time. He's currently running top 5. And 712 brakes Silverado. He's going to bring it to the pit lane. Come get 4 fresh tires. His plan all along was to make these pit stops where he's making them. He was never trying to make it to the end. He went ahead and broke it up evenly.
Wait, hang on. Is that Lucas Hoytsma behind me or 2012 Brad Keselowski? I can't tell with the fuel saving.
J Munch, Mike Fisher. It's the battle for third now as we've had pit cycle kickoff. There goes Dave Hoytsma.
Never mind. It's Scott Dixon. It makes sense now.
It's Scott Dixon. We went IndyCar all of a sudden. There's your race leader by 7 seconds over Travis Martin. It's Garrett Wolfenbarger. He's made his final stop.
Don't worry,
Back out.
he's going to find another gear here in about 15 laps.
And that might be Garrett Wolfenbarger catching
Literally,
them.
I'm just hoping, like, I can stay in front of him and I get a caution. Like, I'm screwed otherwise.
Travis Martin has pit. Garrett Wolfenbarger is going to be the factor here. He needs to go about a second faster than Lucas. I'm looking at the timing and scoring. It appears he's maybe... Oh, well, things are changing all around while we're talking about it.
Get him, Lucas.
It's like Travis Martin hit the pit lane and messed up my timing and scoring while I was reading it, so we'll have to wait for that to cycle by. All right, Wolfenbarger up to 12th now. We have 14 seconds plus 1, so a little over 15 seconds to Hayden. Lucas has already gone by. He is now past Hayden. At the moment, Wolfenbarger is the fly in the ointment, so to speak, on Hoytsma's plan. 32 could still come back and win this thing if he can find enough speed with the extra pit stop. He's around Tyler Stillwell, past the 40 and up to 11th.
I don't take mine after y'all pit.
Lucas and Hayden go by J Munch as J Munch in the 69 pits.
Yay!
There's your leader, Brad Wilson. He had time over Wolfenbarger. I'm wondering if Wilson should have pit and come out here and try to run him down with the fresh tires, but I think Wilson's going to go as long as he can. Mike Edwards just behind Cliff Mullins. That's third and fourth. Travis Martin's made his final stop. And Ghostman fresh out of the pits, running 13th. The highest truck that's pit is Wolfenbarger so far, running 10th. And he is gaining on Hayden because Hayden's decided to pit. Hayden Law gives up the dream of making it to the end and makes the pit stop. Wolfenbarger's already completed his final stop. He's up to 9th. He's 8 seconds to make up on Casey Graves, the other truck running Lucas's strategy. And after Brad Wilson has pit out of the race lead, 51. It's decided it was time.
Thank you.
Yeah, you getting quite a lot of help here, Bob. Asherbrander gets out of the way. One more vehicle out of the way. Not a position, but these trucks a lap down that he's passing. Not holding him up, though, as they get out of his way.
Get him, Dave. Get him.
Like Cliff Mullins, 37 pits. Won't be long till we see Mike Fisher, Mike Edwards,
A moral victory anytime I can pass.
Andrew Beach. All those trucks should be coming to the pit lane relatively soon.
I felt fast when I passed him.
They could stay out and try to run the tank stride, but
Hey, Lucas. Bye, Lucas.
Lucas getting passed by his father. Not for position, but still has to feel good. Dave Hoytsma unlaps around the outside of Lucas Hoytsma. It's not the race leader at the moment, but should be soon. Margison just peeled off in the 55, as did TJ Floyd. They're on the pit lane. 20 laps to go. Hoytsma has to go another 20. He's already gone 21. Fisher would have to go 50. That's not happening. Mike Edwards would have to go 48. That's not happening. Andrew Beach would have to go 50. That's not happening. So Lucas Hoytsma can make it. First one that can make it on the track. What he's got to worry about is Garrett Wolfenbarger is about a little over 10 seconds behind him. At 11 seconds. Wolfenbarger, 19 laps. He is running 1 second faster at times. Not every lap, but at times. He's about 7/10 quicker that lap. It's a lot of nope, don't in front of Lucas. Yeah. Fortunately, most of them are faster than him, though. Mike Fisher pits. 21 truck. Gives up the dream. Mike Edwards out in front in the 14. Andrew Beach now running second. Lucas in third, watching all this in front of him, and trucks with brand new tires going around him. Here comes Cliff Mullins. 37's going to get by with the fresh tires. Lucas don't care. Garrett Wolfenbarger is what he cares about. Last lap, comparing the lap times, it looks like about half a second. That's not enough.
83 pitting, 83 pitting.
Wolfenbarger needs more than that half second a lap to get there. This time by, Lucas had the traffic, and it was 1 second. 1 second made up between Wolfenbarger and Huisman that lap. So if Lucas hits traffic, Wolfenbarger can get there. But when it's clean, it seems like Lucas has enough speed. $16 laps to go. I believe it's right at 9 seconds. I'm doing the math right in my head. Huisman has to get around Daniel Llewellyn. There's Wolfenbarger. Still out front, Mike Edwards, Andrew Beach. It's Cliff Mullins, 37 truck, unlaps himself. Now 13 trucks on the lead lap. Battle just ahead. That is J Munch Mike Fisher. Fisher has the fresher tires, but he's having a little bit of issue. Oh, Fisher did not take tires. He took fuel only. That is what's going on with the 21. He's likely to regret that decision. He's going to lose more time than it would have taken to put on 4 tires. It would have taken 8 seconds to put on 4 tires, and you're going to lose more than 8 seconds over the course of 20 laps. He probably should have taken the 4 tires. A little bit unwise from the 21. A live and learn. It's like Jeff Price. No, Cliff Mullins came down, took 2 tires. That's better. At least he got some kind of rubber. Dave Huisman's trying to go around Mike Fisher. Move Dave up into the top 10. Andrew Beach comes to the pit lane in the 71. That leaves 1 left. Mike Edwards. It's 35 laps of counting. He's just praying for a caution at this point.
Zach, hello.
Lucas Huisman, Casey Graves. Lucas second. Casey's now 7 seconds back and actually already in danger of losing his spot to Wolfenbarger. And Wilson's right there. So these are the trucks that are going to decide it. The 32 and 51 are going to have to run down the 97. Wilson's going to go inside of the 32, and they're both going to go inside of the 4 of Casey Graves. Wolfenbarger will stay exactly where he was. Casey Graves loses 2, and Wilson moves up 2. So Wilson, compared to Lucas, will be the time to keep. It was 1 second. 1 second difference between Huisman and Wilson the last lap. He's got 7.6 to make up. So can Brad Wilson run down Lucas Huisman? Huisman, meanwhile, has caught race leader Mike Edwards before Edwards pits. See if we can get a compare going here. There's your gap. Lucas to Brad. 6.2 with 11 to go. Brad Wilson dominance. Good Boar fans. It's been a lot of different guys dominating. Lucas, Giglio. And then you got the Shenandoah Shine guys. All of them are fast. Huisman gets around Edwards. Now the gap goes from Edwards to Wilson until Edwards takes the pit stop. There's no way Edwards can make it 48 laps, right? Certainly not. But he is the next one for Wilson to catch, so we'll watch that timer. I think Margison just behind them. Margison 1 lap down, as is Stillwell. Least obvious low track hold.
14 for them.
There's Mikey calling the 14 to the pit lane. And as he pits, we'll jump back to Lucas Hoytsma. Then check in on Brad Wilson once he gets clear. As that timer will switch over, and there it goes. 4.8 with 48 laps to go. If we can make up more than a half second. That is battle on. Wilson got a bit of traffic to deal with, including Lucas's teammate Daniel Llewellyn.
I was going to give you the bottom. Sorry.
It's okay, Lucas.
I think Lucas and Martison had a bit of a cross-up on communication there. .7 the gap, 7 to go. Needs to come down a little quicker. So once he gets there, he's going to have to battle. It's not going to be easy. .6 at the stripe, just about a half second. He's sending Beach to the low side. Prefers the lap traffic. Take the bottom. 3.3. Laps winding down. See if we can see from the rear view of our race leader. That dot way back there, the blue one. It's going to get larger and larger. That is Brad Wilson, next truck in line. 3 seconds, that's what it looks like on the track. 5 laps to go. Just don't think he has the time. It's down to 2.8. It's got to come down quicker. Going to need almost a full second a lap at this point. Only a half second gain that lap. There is Wilson. Wolfenbarger back in traffic. He's probably not going to factor into these top two.
Hi, Jeff.
And there you see the green Ford up ahead, crossing the start-finish line. It's 3 laps to go. 2.5 seconds the gap. It's going to need some Herculean laps here. It's only a half second quicker that lap. That's not going to get it done. Hoytsma stuck in traffic behind the 21 and 22. That is for position. 12th and 13th battling one another on track. Lucas nowhere to go while they battle. Lucas pushing the 21 past the 22. Hoytsma is held in 1.7 the gap. He's still okay on time. It's probably got to be worrying him a little bit, but at the moment, still not going to get caught. He sends it in there on the 21. A little bit of a counter steer. I think he may have made slight contact. But he still got over a second in hand as the white flag waves for Lucas Hoytsma. 1 more lap to go here from Nashville. Into turns number 1 and 2. And now the 2 trucks behind him resume their battle for position. So no harm, no foul there. They're banging doors off one another, but Lucas Hoytsma don't care. He's ahead of it. White flag is out. They can't mess things up for him. 22 full sends into the corner. He's going to drift up on the 21.
Scott Dixon wannabe. Good job, buddy.
And Lucas Hoytsma will get the win. Brad Wilson will bring it home P2. Garrett Wolfenbarger, the 32.
My damn wheel fell off.
He's coming in
Fun, guys.
P3 here. Travis Martin,
Good job, left, Lucas.
P4. Casey Graves, 5th.
No, I ran out as soon as I hit the line.
Cliff going to come home for 6th.
Lucas, I'll push your ass. You can do a burnout.
J Much 7th. Dave Hoytsma get a top 10 and 8th. Andrew Beach 9th. Margison, our pole sitter, finishes 10th. Jeff Price, last truck on the lead, lap 11th. Grant Harrell did edge out Mike Fisher for that 12th spot, but they had a hell of a battle for it. Top 3 to the waiting room so we can get our interviews, please, and thank you.
Did you go 2 there at the end?
Let's go get our champion, Lucas Hoytsma. Lucas, DG, you got a copy? If you do, you'll mute yourself. There he is. Well, you pulled off the fuel strategy. You even had a little bit left for a small burnout here. How did it feel out there? How did you get it done? And when did you realize you were going on that strategy? It felt like you started saving right after that first caution.
Yeah, so first caution came out. Didn't even have fuel data yet. I was just going off of iRacing, what it said. And it was saying about 40 on a tank on my qualifying pace, I think is what it went off of for practice. So I was like, well, shoot, I could probably save 2 or 3 laps. It'll be about 126 to go when we take the green, 125. So I saved the first 2 runs, and then that 3rd run, I was really just lifting a little earlier, but I pretty much had full speed in it. That definitely helped me out there when Brad was getting to me. I thought he was going to get there, but I think the tires just plateaued about 4 laps to go for him.
Yeah, it looked like either the 32 or 51 were going to at least make a show out of it, but they didn't quite catch up. You were able to pull it off on the fuel strategy. Good job there. Absolutely impressive, and gotta love the Chad Little throwback too.
Oh, dude, I've been wanting to run this car for a while, and I was looking through things I could make, and I was like, shoot, they gotta make the John Deere car. Works with the number.
Hell yeah, perfect. All right, bud, we appreciate you. Congrats on the win. You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us?
Yep, just a big shout out to Randy, someone who breaks, you for doing the broadcasting, Cody and everybody for putting this on. I don't know, everybody for racing tonight, for allowing it to go green. Let me win.
Yes, sir. All right, congrats on that win. Get on out of here, enjoy it, and hopefully we'll see you race something tomorrow, but I know you're broadcasting at least.
Yes, sir. I'll be out there.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Lucas Hoytsma in the 97 getting the win tonight. Let's go track down our second place finisher, Brad Wilson in the 51. Seems to be going very fast in a backwards direction. I'm amused. Are you amused? I'm amused. Bradley, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, how does the track handle going counterclockwise?
Just as shit is going forward.
Perfect. All right, bud. Well, it looks like it's a lot of fun out there. You had a good time. You definitely had the speed until, I don't know, the last 5 or 6 laps. It just seems to kind of fall off a wagon. What happened?
We tried to make it kind of even on pit stops. Pushed it the first time, and then thought I had enough to push it the second time, but just out of nowhere, I couldn't get off 3 without pedaling it just a little bit. But I mean, if it comes down to a race where Lucas can save to make it, I mean, you can pretty much seal the deal on what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's pretty good at saving fuel. We'll give him that. Well, congrats on the strong run there. Your P2 finish, the awesome-looking Brad Keselowski Racing Truck Series throwback. I loved it. We got your Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us tonight.
Gotta thank Sean.co, Mooncar, Garrett for showing up, racing with me. Brantley made the paint, but sadly couldn't race. Lucas for saving enough fuel there. It's always damn impressive to see him do it. Everyone for showing up, making these fields big, and we can have a long green flag run. Makes it a lot of fun. You for broadcasting this and everyone watching at home.
Saying full, we appreciate you. Congrats on the strong P2. Get on out of here and go learn how to save some fuel. You can beat Lucas next time.
Definitely gonna practice it.
Brad Wilson in the 51 brings us home in second. Now we got to try and find our third place truck who has disappeared. So we have to do things back in the past and do it the old-fashioned way. Once we find him, there we go, 32 on the screen. I knew we could get to him eventually, and then we'll bring him in for his interview here. We got Garrett in the 32 bringing it home in third. Garrett, what did you need there at the end to hold off both Bradley and then go catch that Lucas fella?
I just needed more tire. That's all I needed. I just didn't have enough. Just the way it all ran out. Bradley always had a little more tire than I did, so I knew he was going to eventually catch me and pass me, but nice to run up front. I bought the track 20 minutes before the session went up, so thought I did pretty good for my first ever race here, so it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, I'd say leading a bunch of laps, finishing third was a pretty damn good effort for your first time at the track, and well, hopefully you can learn how to save some tire and fuel and beat Lucas next time.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing. He was just saving from the get-go, I think, and I was out there just trying to lead laps, and I think I probably led the most laps, and then won the stage, and still got top 3 out of it. So
that's a pretty good night.
Yeah, points night. I should still be the leader by a good margin, and yeah, hopefully. What's next week? What track is we at?
I don't think you want to know. I really
What track
don't.
is it?
If I'm knowing how Cody does things, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a super speedway. Let me see. Oh, it's Chicagoland. I am shocked.
Oh, yeah, the best track ever.
No, he saves Talladega for week 2 of the playoffs. I see.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Perfect.
Nice. Well, hey, we'll take Chicago next week, and hopefully we're talking to you again, get another top 3, hopefully a win, trying to beat Hoytsma.
Stand for. Good luck on that, and we'll see you soon.
Yep, thanks.
All right, let's run through our final results from... Where are we? Nashville. I was looking at the schedule and we got all kinds of other tracks names in my head. I'm looking at Iowa opening the playoffs in 2 weeks, so that's going to be fun. But let's get through these final results. Lucas Heusler, Brad Wilson, Wolfenbarger are your podium finishers tonight. Lucas making that fuel strategy work. Brad Wilson just unable to run him down there at the end. Travis Martin, Casey Graves pick up top 5s. Great runs for those two. Then Cliff Mullins, Jay Munch, Dave Hoytsma, Andrew Beach, and Zach Martison, our pole sitter tonight, rounding out your top 10. Second group, Jeff Price, Grant Harrell, Mike Fisher, Mike Edwards, Daniel Llewellyn, Dalton Hayes, TJ Floyd, Tyler Stillwell, Matt Benke, and Gatlin Downey, your top 20. Oh man, I hit the wrong button. There's another page to go. There we go. There, Will Asherbanner, Hayton, and out of the race early, Blake Giglio when he got some damage and I guess didn't think it was going to go green when it did. And he ended up not getting his fast repair, not taking it, and he was out of this one early. Thanks for everyone coming out tonight. I hope you enjoyed tonight's race. Appreciate all of our drivers, all of our admins. An extra special thanks to Kenny Frisbie and Frisbie Racing for sponsoring our truck series, the Wannagoons, helping us out, getting our broadcasting paid for. We appreciate you so much. Thanks to everyone that makes the admins and leagues go round, all the drivers that help make it possible, and all the fans out there that tune in each and every week. We appreciate you, and that's what makes this community awesome. Thank you guys so very much, and we'll see you soon. Yep, thanks for that reminder, Margison. I totally forgot. that ends our YouTube. Now we're just over on Twitch. We can do all of our